What if the very things you believe are holding you back? What if your deepest convictions, the ones you cling to, are actually barriers? Barriers to experiencing the fullness of God's blessings in your life. It's a thought-provoking question, one that challenges our assumptions and forces us to confront our own potential blind spots. Lewis's journey was not without its own challenges. He wrestled with skepticism and atheism before embracing Christianity. This struggle, however, became the crucible from which his most profound insights emerged. He understood the human tendency to erect barriers, to resist the very things that could bring us joy and fulfillment. He explored the nature of faith, not as blind acceptance, but as a reasoned and transformative journey. Through his writings, he continues to guide countless individuals toward a deeper understanding of God's love and grace. His work remains a beacon for those seeking answers in a world filled with uncertainty. Lewis's impact extends far beyond the realm of children's literature. His profound reflections on faith, suffering, and the human condition have resonated with readers across generations and denominations. He possessed a rare ability to communicate complex theological ideas in a clear and accessible manner. His writings, such as Mere Christianity and The Problem of Pain, continue to be studied and debated in theological circles and personal reflections alike. Lewis's enduring legacy lies in his ability to make faith both intellectually stimulating and deeply personal. His works serve as a reminder that the journey of faith is not one we undertake alone. He offers companionship and guidance, encouraging us to break down the barriers we've built and open ourselves to the transformative power of God's blessings. We all carry burdens, face anxieties, and wrestle with questions about life's purpose. It's part of the human experience. But sometimes the very beliefs we hold dear, the ones meant to guide and comfort us, can become the walls that confine us. We cling to familiar narratives, interpretations, and even doubts, inadvertently blocking the path to spiritual growth and the fullness of God's blessings. Doubt, for instance, can be a formidable barrier. It whispers in our ears, casting shadows of uncertainty on even our most cherished beliefs. We begin to question God's goodness, his plans, and even his very existence. This doubt, if left unchecked, can fester and grow, creating a chasm between us and the divine. Fear, too, plays a significant role in hindering our spiritual journeys. We fear the unknown, the possibility of change, and the potential consequences of fully surrendering to faith. This fear can manifest as resistance to new ideas, clinging to comfortable but ultimately limiting beliefs, or even a complete avoidance of spiritual matters altogether. Misconceptions about God's nature and intentions further complicate our relationship with the divine. We may perceive him as distant, judgmental, or even indifferent to our struggles. These misconceptions, often rooted in past experiences or cultural narratives, can create a distorted image of God, preventing us from experiencing his boundless love and compassion. The human desire for control also contributes to this barrier building. We crave predictability, seeking to manage every aspect of our lives, including our spiritual experiences. This need for control can lead to a transactional view of faith, where we believe that by adhering to certain rules and rituals we can earn God's favor or blessings. This mindset, however, misses the essence of grace. It reduces our relationship with God to a series of transactions, neglecting the transformative power of surrender and acceptance. True faith requires letting go, acknowledging our limitations, and embracing the mystery and wonder of God's plan for our lives. C.S. Lewis, in his profound wisdom, recognized these barriers not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for growth and transformation. He understood that our beliefs, while deeply personal, are often shaped by external influences, cultural narratives, and even our own past experiences. These influences, if unexamined, can lead to the development of what Lewis called chronological snobbery, a prejudice against the past and a blind faith in the superiority of the present. This chronological snobbery, Lewis argued, can prevent us from engaging with the wisdom of earlier generations, including the timeless truths found in Scripture and religious tradition. We become trapped in our own limited perspectives, unable to see beyond the confines of our own time and culture. This intellectual and spiritual myopia can blind us to the very blessings that God desires to bestow upon us. Furthermore, Lewis challenged the notion that faith should be easy or comfortable. He recognized that genuine belief often requires wrestling with doubt, confronting our fears and surrendering our desire for control. In his classic work, The Problem of Pain, Lewis explores the nature of suffering and its role in our spiritual development. He argues that pain, while often unwelcome, can serve as a catalyst for growth, leading us to a deeper dependence on God and a greater appreciation for His grace. We often approach faith with a predetermined set of expectations, believing that God should operate according to our limited understanding. We may even resist blessings that don't align with our preconceived notions of what constitutes a good or comfortable life. This resistance, Lewis suggests, stems from a lack of trust in God's ultimate goodness and wisdom. Lewis encourages us to relinquish this need for control, to embrace the unexpected detours and challenges that life throws our way, and to trust that God is working through even the most difficult circumstances for our ultimate good. He reminds us that God's ways are higher than our ways, and His thoughts higher than our thoughts. What we may perceive as obstacles or setbacks may, in fact, be divine opportunities for growth, refinement, and a deeper experience of His love. In his allegorical tale, The Great Divorce, Lewis vividly portrays the consequences of clinging to our own limited perspectives and desires. He illustrates how our earthly attachments, fears, and self-imposed limitations can prevent us from fully experiencing the joys of heaven, which he depicts as a realm of unimaginable beauty and fulfillment. The choice, Lewis suggests, is ours to cling to our self-constructed barriers, or to embrace the transformative power of surrender and faith. In his profound works, C.S. Lewis delivers a powerful insight for anyone struggling with barriers in their faith journey. One of his most striking quotations comes from Mere Christianity. Christ says, "Give me all. I don't want so much of your time and so much of your money and so much of your work. I want you. No half measures are any good. I don't want to cut off a branch here and a branch there. I want to have the whole tree down. Hand over the whole natural self, all the desires which you think innocent as well as the ones you think wicked, the whole outfit." This quotation encapsulates the essence of Lewis's message about faith and transformation. It calls for total surrender, a relinquishing of not just our fears and doubts, but our entire being to God. This is not a call for passive faith, but for an active, all-encompassing commitment. It's an invitation to tear down the walls we've built and to open ourselves fully to the transformative power of God's love and grace. Lewis challenges us to go beyond superficial acts of faith and to engage in a deeper, more complete surrender. This kind of surrender can be daunting. It asks us to let go of our preconceived notions, to trust in something greater than ourselves, and to be vulnerable in ways we might never have considered. But it is precisely this vulnerability, this openness to God, that can lead to the most profound blessings and growth. The idea of surrendering everything to God is not merely theoretical. It is a transformative practice that can change our lives. True surrender is not about giving up our identity, but reorienting it towards God. In the Screwtape Letters, Lewis warns against traps like complacency and self-sufficiency. The safest road to hell is the gradual one, soft underfoot, without signposts. Recognizing these traps helps dismantle barriers to spiritual growth. Surrender means acknowledging our limitations and trusting God's plan. It frees us from the pressure to control every aspect of our lives. Surrender involves profound trust in God's goodness. Pain can push us to rely more deeply on God and seek His presence. Breaking free from our self-imposed barriers requires courage, faith, and embracing the unknown. Lewis illustrates this in The Great Divorce, where souls must let go of earthly attachments to experience heaven. Our ultimate fulfillment lies in trusting the divine journey. The barriers we face are not permanent. They can be overcome through faith and surrender. By letting go of fears and control, we open to God's transformative love. This liberation leads to a deeper relationship with the divine. As we've journeyed through the profound insights of C.S. Lewis, we're reminded that the path to experiencing God's greatest blessings often begins with a dismantling of our own making. The barriers we construct, often unconsciously, through doubt, fear, and the illusion of control, can create a distance between us and the divine. Lewis, with his characteristic wisdom and eloquence, encourages us to examine these barriers, to understand their origins, and to ultimately choose a different path. His words echo through the years, reminding us that true faith is not about passive acceptance, but about active surrender. It's about letting go of our need to control, to understand, to dictate the terms of our relationship with God. It's about embracing the unknown, trusting in His goodness, even when life's circumstances challenge our understanding. The beauty of Lewis's message lies in its transformative power. He doesn't simply point out the barriers, he offers a way through. He invites us to step out of the shadows of our self-imposed limitations and into the light of God's boundless grace. He encourages us to trade our fear for faith, our doubt for trust, our control for surrender. This shift in perspective, this willingness to embrace the open door of faith, is where the true journey begins. It's in the letting go that we find freedom. It's in the surrender that we discover true peace. And it's in the embracing of the unknown that we open ourselves to the possibility of experiencing blessings beyond our wildest dreams. The journey of faith is not always easy. There will be challenges, moments of doubt, and times when we question everything we thought we knew. But it's in these moments, Lewis reminds us, that we grow the most. It's in the wrestling, the questioning, the seeking, that our faith deepens and our understanding of God's love expands. As we conclude our exploration of C.S. Lewis's timeless wisdom, let us remember that we are not alone on this journey. We have His words to guide us, His insights to illuminate the path, and His unwavering belief in the transformative power of faith to inspire us. Let us embrace the challenge to dismantle our barriers, to surrender to something greater than ourselves, and to open our hearts to the fullness of God's blessings. C.S. Lewis's insights offer a compelling challenge to examine our own beliefs, to confront the barriers we may have unknowingly erected, and to embrace the transformative power of surrender and faith. As we conclude our exploration of his profound wisdom, I invite you to reflect on your own journey. What resonates most deeply with you? What barriers do you recognize in your own life? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's engage in a conversation about faith, doubt, and the pursuit of God's blessings. Your story might just inspire someone else on their own path. If you're eager to explore more about faith and spirituality, I encourage you to check out my other video where we delve deeper into briefly describe the topic of your other video. Let's continue this journey of discovery and growth together. Remember, the path to experiencing God's greatest blessings often begins with a single step. A step towards surrender, towards trust, towards the one who loves us beyond measure.